Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to a fan favorite series. That's right, you read the title, you saw the thumbnail. We are bringing it back. It was pretty popular last season on NBA 2K22. It's back in NBA 2K23. We are going to be doing the Flashback Rebuild series. Now, if you're not familiar and you didn't see 2022's Flashback Rebuild series, I took a team, it just so happened to be the Los Angeles Lakers last year, and I reset the entire NBA with a bunch of no-name, auto-generated players, and I simulated a season. But the point of the rebuild is that you get a wheel spin every single season, and the wheel is full of every single NBA draft in history. So every single season you spin that wheel, whatever it lands on, that's the draft that you have to have in the season. So let's say in year number 1, we spin the wheel and we get the 2003 NBA draft. Then we're fighting for LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Darko Milicic, Chris Bosh, all those guys. Then next season, we spin the wheel, we get the 1984 NBA draft. We're fighting for Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, all those guys. And then we spin the wheel again, we get the 1996 draft. We're fighting for Kobe Bryant. You get the idea. So the basis of this series is, and if you're not familiar, and it's still not like registering with, it's a very simple concept, but if you want to go back to it's linked in the playlist on my channel. There's a Flashback Rebuild playlist. So if you want to go back and watch the first couple episodes to kind of get a feel for how this series is going to go, then you can go do that. But it's basically going to follow the same exact formula. We are starting with no-name guys. Here, I'll go through the league really quickly. So you can see we are going to be using the Toronto Raptors for this Flashback Rebuild series. Last year I used the Lakers. We're going to be using the Raptors this year. I wanted to use a team that didn't have as much history as the Lakers so that we can kind of create our own history. Obviously, the Raptors won the championship with Kawhi a couple of years ago. Actually, it's been probably 5 years ago now at this point. I don't even know when. But they won that title with Leonard. But other than that, they really have no significant history. So I figured, you know what? Let's use the Raptors. They have a little bit of prestige, but we can kind of make our own history with them. So this is what our team looks like. Obviously, you have no guys that are real names, and that is the same for every team around the league. And there's not really any highly rated players. I think the highest rated player is this guy, 86 overall, Graham. There's a couple 85s, but I don't think that there is anybody that's super high overall. There's two 86s. It's Fabio Bennett and Gerard Graham are the two highest overall players. So basically how this is going to go is we're going to simulate this first season. We're going to play it out, see who wins the NBA championship in year 1, and then we will spin a wheel and see what the first draft class we're going to be getting. And I will show you the wheel right now. Let me see if I can pull up the wheel real quick so you guys can see it. So here we are. Perfect. We've got a wheel. It has every single draft class from 2023 to 1959. I don't even know where 1959 would be. It'd probably be around here. There it is, 1959. Even has 1958 on there. So we've got some big ones. 1996, like I mentioned, 2003, 2017 with like Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, all those guys. And then we got some busts in here as well. There's some bust draft classes, but this is the wheel spin, or the wheel that we're going to be using to spin every single season. You will see this every single year, or every single episode, and you will see just what kind of guys we're going to be going for. And you know what? I might even spin the wheel right away, because this is all about simulation this first episode, so we might as well spin this wheel. The first wheel spin of Season 2 of the Flashback Rebuilds. Let's see what we got. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Spin, 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 spin. What are we going to get? It is going to be 1988. The 1988 draft class. All right. And I am going to remove the 1988 draft class so we don't dupe up. So we don't get a double. So I am going to remove that one. Boom. 1988 is gone. So perfect. 1988 is the first draft class. I think the first one we got last season was Wilt Chamberlain's class, I think. But all we got to do now is go into the prospect scouting, go into these guys, click on load and download draft class. I'm going to go to user created. That way we have a better chance of getting like some guys that aren't necessarily licensed by 2K. So we're going to search by content name, and we are going to go to 1988. And remember, I'm doing this on PS5. So if you want to follow along with me and do your own kind of rebuilds and stuff, then if you have PS5, you can get these same kind of the same draft classes that I'm using. I'm going to use this one because it has 6,800 downloads, so it has to be at least decently good. So here we go. 1988 class. Who is going to be the big first huge pieces of the series? Danny Manning, Mitch Richmond, Ronnie Seekely, Charles Smith, Rex Chapman, Vernon Maxwell, Rick Smith, Don. So there's not really a superstar. Steve Kerr is down here. There's not really a superstar in this draft class. But hey, we're building up to it. We're building up to it. 1980 is the first draft class we are going to get. I hope you guys are excited. I know this has been a very popular series on my channel in the past, so I'm hoping that it can kind of do the same thing for this one. But year one is basically just a wash. We're going to find out who's going to win the NBA championship. I don't know if you want to leave your prediction down below. If you like some of the names of the guys, I didn't make the roster, so I have no idea what the names are. But I'm going to predict that the team with one of the highest rated players is going to win. So either the Bulls or the Lakers. We'll find out. But let's simulate the first season, get through it, and find out how we do. I don't even know if we'll make the playoffs. I don't think we have that great of a team. I'm going to decline that trade. Injuries are on, and I will. I'll have the CPU adjust it. Decline that trade. I don't want to disable all trades because maybe if we get down the board or down in the rabbit hole a little bit as we get further down in the years, we might get offered some pretty interesting trades. So I might want to accept it. Currently we are sub 500. Now we are 500. Now we're above 500. All right, going on a little win streak here. Let's go. I'm gonna have the CPU always do the scouting. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna draft on name value anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We're fighting right above 500 right now. But like I said, this season doesn't matter. This is just to get the first draft class involved, and then we will go from there. So we're currently battling. I don't think we're a championship team in year one. That'd be pretty funny if we won the championship in year one with the randoms. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it could. You never know. It could certainly happen. I don't know what that would say about my rebuilding skills if I win a championship with a team that I haven't touched. It's just completely auto-generated. But I don't think we are. We're battling right around 500 the entire time. We are not that good of a team, I don't think. I'll check at the All-Star break, see kind of where we are in the standings. See just how good some of the other teams around the league have done. So we got All-Star captains being decided. I don't want to make any offers at the trade deadline, so we'll continue past that. And now we make it to the All-Star game. So we will stop it right around here. So if we go to the team status and we go to the playoff picture, we are currently in the playoffs. I told you the Bulls are the best team because they have one of the best players. So we are currently battling on the edge of the postseason. Will we get there? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I don't think we will. And if we do, it's not going to be a very long stay in the postseason. But you never know. Maybe we have a shocking turn of events and we end up being a Cinderella story that wins a bunch of championships in year one. That could happen. Ooh, that's not good. Severe ankle sprain. He's going to be done for the postseason, I would think. And we're losing a bunch of games without him. That's not good at all. We are now 37-42. Oh, lost a couple more games. I don't think we made the playoffs. Robert Kennedy wins the MVP in year number 1. 19 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8 assists on pretty good splits. The free throw percentage is a little bit bad, but other than that, he shot really well. OJ Griffin wins the Rookie of the Year. 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, almost 2 steals, 2 blocks. That's a pretty good season for him. Kai Parker wins the 6th Man of the Year, 17 points, 8 assists, or 7 assists. Victor LaVine wins the Defensive Player of the Year with 2.9s. Actually, I feel like OJ Griffin should have won Defensive Player of the Year with 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. But whatever. He got the rebounds. That's why Victor LaVine did. And then we go Mike Malone gets Coach of the Year. And Kyle Harper wins the Executive Year. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to win Executive of the Year. So here's all the NBA first teams. Obviously, I'm not going to read the names because they literally mean nothing. They're not real people. So if you want to just pause, if you're curious, you can see the names on here. I don't think everybody's a rookie, but I think there's a lot of rookies on this team. So there we go. And did we make the playoffs? We did not. We made the play-in, though, as the 10 seed, just barely. Will we move on? We do not. Eliminated by the Sixers. All right, that's to be expected, though. That is to be expected. We weren't expected to go very far. I didn't even think we'd make the playoffs, but we did. If we want to take a look at our stats. So we had William Butler led us in points as our starting center. 21 points, 10 rebounds, shot 45% from the field. Then Darnell Stockton, 18 points, 6 assists. Sheldon Miles had 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds. So we had some big guys, 6'9", 6'10", getting a lot of boards. Todor, 14 points for him. Christian Myers had 12 points. Troy Jackson, 8 points. Granger had 10.5. So we shared the ball a little bit. Let's simulate the next round into the conference finals. It's Nuggets and Jazz, and it's Bulls and Knicks. So the Lakers, did they make the postseason? They did, but they got bumped just like us. But the Bulls, who have the other best guy in the league, are making it to the finals. And Fabio Bennett, he's leading them. He's a 6'10 small forward. That's probably why. But he is doing the dang thing. Can they beat the Jazz? It's a 1-1 series right now. 2-1, 3-1. Bulls win the championship in year number 1. Fabio Bennett gets her done. Congratulations to him. And now we get to the good stuff. Player retirements. It's a bunch of filler guys, as you would expect, because they're all 40 years old, so every team's going to have filler guys. Then staff retirements. Tiago Splitter retires. All right, cool for him. League meetings. We are probably going to reject everything here because I don't want anything to change the league, so everything's rejected. We have a lottery pick. We have the 13th projected pick, which is good. I don't think we'll get anything higher than 13, and we are actually 13. So the Trailblazers win the lottery. Suns are 2, Spurs are 3, Rockets 4, Heat 5. We sit at 13, and that's the only pick that we have. Don't worry, once we get deeper into things and there's actually draft classes that are worth trading up for, we'll trade around, we'll get some picks, and we will make some big splashes, but not right now, not at the moment. There's not really any precedent to do that right now, or any reason to do that, because the NBA draft is not that good in year number 1. I don't think Danny Manning or Mitch Richmond or any of these guys are going to change my franchise. But maybe somebody down the board like a Hershey Hawkins, if he's available, or a Will Perdue down the board a little bit, we could look at. Vinny Del Negro certainly could be an option for us. So we'll look down the board. We'll see who gets taken. Here comes the first NBA draft of Season 2 of the Flashback Rebuilds. Let's see who the Trailblazers take. I would guess Danny Manning. It's Mitch Richmond. Mitch? He goes number 1. Manning goes 2 to the Suns. Steve Kerr goes 3 to the Spurs. Rockets take Rick Chapman. All right, good for him. Charles Smith goes to the Heat. Seekley goes to the Rockets. Rick Smits goes to the Mavericks. Tom Tolbert to the Nets. Rod Strickland to the Celtics. There goes Hershey to the Pelicans. A trade? Hawks are trading with the Suns. The Suns go back into the first round, top 15, to get Vernon Maxwell. Suns making big moves. And now we are on the clock. Dan Majerle, or Majerle, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he could be the guy for us. He's got a Michael Cooper ceiling and a Gary Payton II floor, but Gary Payton II is a very solid defender, so maybe we go him. We could use a center. It could be Will Perdue, but he's got a JaVale McGee ceiling. That's not ever what you want to be compared to. Vinny Del Negro has Jamal Crawford as his ceiling. I think we're gonna go with Majerle. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we're gonna go with you as the 13th pick in the draft. Congratulations. I'm hoping he can have good perimeter defense and we'll move on from there. So that is the end of the first draft of the series. Richmond went 1, he's an 80. Danny Manning went 2, he's an 82. And the Suns traded back up into the first round to get Vernon Maxwell. So they got their starting shooting guard and their starting power forward of the future. The Suns could be a problem here in the early going. Dan is a 76 overall, so I'll take it, man. I will take it. He's probably the best available, and we got him. Will Purdue is a 75. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. We're going to sign Dan. He's going to be a part of our team. He's going to be a starter. He is going to be the boy. Free agency, I don't think we're going to bring any of these auto-generated guys in. I think we'll just ride with what we had again this season. The early goings are going to be a little bit slower in terms of, like, we're not going to bring in a bunch of high overall players because I want to focus on the actual draft classes instead of the auto-generated guys that are in the league right now. I don't want to bring in a bunch of these guys. We could be very good right away and we could win a bunch of championships if I just sign, like, the top free agents in the class. But I don't want to do that. I want to wait till the draft classes and real actual NBA players get put into the league, start getting filtered in. Once we get like 10 years down the road and we've filtered in a few draft classes and everybody's gotten their second contracts, then things will start to get pretty crazy. But right now, I think I just make sure that we have a full roster, and we don't. So we need a point guard. We need everything, basically. So we need a point guard and then a bunch of backups. So let's go and do that. So let's go sign a point guard. Let's get, let's see, who's got good shooting? This guy, David Vaughn, but he's restricted, so we don't want to go for him. What about Gabriel King? He's only 23. We'll negotiate an offer. We'll sign him to a contract. Congratulations. And now we just need backups. So we need a backup shooting guard, which could be this guy right here. Ricky Richards is a torch, it looks like. We'll sign him to a contract. We'll sign a backup small forward. Patrick Stockton also has a torch, so we'll go and offer him a contract. Then a backup power forward. Could be Avon Gadsden. Sure, let's go for him. Oh, we've used all of our stuff in the moratorium period. So we'll sim forward. We got King, we got Richards, we got Stockton. Perfect. You love to see it. Now let's go back to power forwards, and let's offer Gadsden to a contract, and then we'll go to centers. And we will offer Arthur. What? No, he's 6'9". I want somebody that's a little bit taller. 7 foot Ivan Erickson. Sure, let's go for you. So we got all 5 of those guys, and we go to the next moratorium period. Everybody agreed, and now we're into regular free agency. So let's go take a look at the roster. So we've got a point guard. We need to get a backup. We got a shooting guard, and then we got Dan. We got Myers and Stockton. We've got Gadsden and Miles, and we've got Butler and Erickson. So we have a starter and a backup at every position besides point guard. So we'll go and grab another point guard here. And who's got the best, like, passing? Who's got the best passing? Playmaking. Let me sort. No, how do I sort? Square, there we go. So it looks like these guys have the best passing. Jaquoy Shaw, let's go for him. Sure. We'll offer you a contract. And then we will just go, I don't know, let's go for just some, like, decent players or something. So let's go overall wise. Who's a good defensive big man? Because we could use that. Inside defense, this guy looks pretty good. Drew Onan, sure. We'll offer you a contract as well. And we'll get another, like, guard slash wing player. This guy is pretty tall. He's got good perimeter defense, good shooting. We'll offer Jonathan Smith to a contract. Perfect. Onan signs. Jonathan Smith would take over the salary cap, so we can't sign Jonathan Smith. We have about $1 million in cap space. I think we're done spending money since we kind of have no more cap space available. But I didn't even get my point guard, though. Was Shaw my point guard? He was my point guard. Okay. So we're just going to have to let him go, and then I'll sign. Who's a affordable point guard? Who can I get on the minimum? This guy, Ray Whitney's 37. Let's see. We'll go for Phillip. Sign Phillip to a minimum contract. There we go. Perfect. So now he's our backup. So that's our team headed into year number 2. Is it going to be good? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be that good. I think we'll probably be around the same kind of average record that we were this season. But you never know. Maybe it'll be good. The real... Oh, we get those guys back on restricted contracts too, so we added 2 more players. Progression, Butler goes up 1. King goes up by 3. We lose Gadsden by 1. But everybody else either stays the same or goes up, so that's awesome. Love to see that. And then we advance to the next season. And we are going to spin the wheel for a second time to find out what draft class we are going to get for episode number 2. So we will go to user-generated draft classes, and I will load up the wheel one final time for this episode. We got the 1988 draft class. That draft class is now eliminated, so there's no more 1988. We cannot dupe it up. What is going to be the draft class for the next episode? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1, spin that wheel. Give us a good one. It's going to be a more modern one. 2009? 2009. All right. The 2009 draft class is next up for next episode, so that's what we can look forward to. The 2009 draft class, didn't that have, like, DeMar DeRozan in it? I don't remember exactly the draft class, because that's the year after Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love, so... 2009. Who was in the 2009 draft class? This one has 8,000 downloads. That's crazy. We'll have to find out how good it is. Let's go to the scouting and see what we're fighting for next episode. That's right. It's Blake Griffin's draft class. Blake Griffin, James Harden, Steph Curry. Okay. See, these are the guys that make or break a franchise. These are the guys. Now, see, things are starting to get spicy. The first draft class was 1988. There wasn't really an established star, but we've got 3 guys, Griffin, Harden, and Curry, who can change a franchise. So we are definitely going to be moving around trying to get some of these guys on the team. Even a guy like Tyreke Evans. The fun part about this kind of series is we can go back and we can turn the career, at least we can attempt to turn the career around of a real life bust. We can maybe give them a better chance to succeed, and maybe they develop a little bit better and they turn out to be something. You never really know. That's a fun part about this kind of series. So a guy like Tyreke Evans, a guy like Damari Carroll could end up being really good. Brandon Jennings could have a resurgence career. Ricky Rubio could be a star in this league. Wesley Matthews, guys like that, and even DeMar DeRozan down the board. So we don't even have to go that far to find our superstar. It's only going to take us until next episode. So I hope you guys are excited now that we know what we're going to be fighting for in next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. The first episode was kind of just establishing the kind of background of the series, getting through season 1, finding out what the first draft class was, and then going through that first off season. Next episode, we will go through the season again. We will take a look at some of the rookies, see who was performing the best, take a look at our own rookie, see how he did. And then we will try to move around the draft board, try to get, I'm probably looking to get Curry, and I'm probably looking to get DeMar DeRozan. Maybe we try to snag Harden too. It's going to be pretty difficult to trade up and get 2 top 3 picks, because I'm assuming that's where those guys are going to go. I don't really want to get Blake Griffin. Maybe we could, I don't know. But I definitely want to get Curry, and I probably want to get Harden. And maybe we try to get DeRozan too. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to take a lot of brain power, a lot of galaxy brain maneuvers to try to get these draft picks and use the guys that we have on our team to move around and be able to get in the spots that we want to be in. But next episode is going to be pretty crazy. Our first actually cool draft class, fun draft class, 2009, Curry, Blake Griffin, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, all those guys that you know and love. But that's going to be the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let me know what you think about the Flashback rebuilds being back. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.